The reason for this video is to show how distribution, or more specifically panel boards, are taken off utilizing Bluebeam and ConEst. Now most of the time you'll be using multiple screens, split screens, whatever you want to call it. For the sake of the video here, I'm going to be doing this all on one monitor so it can be recorded correctly. But usually what I have open on one screen would be the panel board, or the panel board schedules or details, and then also the riser diagram. I'm going to go back to our panel board and I'm going to start by taking off panel CSA. So let's go back into ConEst, and when I start taking off panel boards, I'm going to simply right click, append comment, right click, append comment, double click and type the word panel space enter. Then I'm going to copy this, and the reason I do that is because every panel we take off, I'm going to delete it so it's clean here. Every time we take off a panel board, to start it, we're simply going to right click, paste append, OK. We'll double click right here, actually triple click, and we're going to go CSA, enter. And we'll do that to start every panel board. This way you get a double space. It makes the estimate look pretty clean and professional. I'm going to come down to CI panel boards, where we've got distribution panels and panel boards. This is a 600 amp panel, so we're going to go with distribution panels, main lug only, 600 amp. There's one of these. Now if this was a double or triple tub, I would put 2 or 3 accordingly. This is basically getting the labor into the system. So I'm going to say there's 1, enter, and now I've got the panel board, I've got my housekeeping pad, I've got my nameplate, some strut anchors, my terminations. If you do enter in a multiple tub, like a double tub panel board, you do have to adjust the terminations accordingly, because we're going to not only feed the top of the panel, but we would come out the bottom and back in the top of the next one, or bottom to bottom, however it's fed. But anyway, so we just took off the panel board. Now we're going to come over here and let's blow this back up. I'm going to click on the highlighter and color this off, or highlight it in blue. We use blue for distribution. In looking at this, I've got my breaker compilation. I usually take a quick glance. Notice that my smallest breaker, because I like to go smallest to largest. Again, I think it makes it look very professional and orderly. I'm going to click over here now, and I've got 3 pole breakers. So I'm going to click here, and we're going to pin the window. By clicking this locks the window open, so as we enter panel boards, it doesn't keep shutting down this window. I'm going to click on a 20 amp breaker. There's one of those, enter. Again, I would have multiple windows, so I would be not having to open and close. I would cross this off. The next one is a 70 amp breaker. So I'm going to click over here, 70 amp breaker. There's one of those. 100 amp. I'm going to highlight all 3 poles. I'm going to go with the 100 amp, and there's one of those. And then we've got a 150, so we're going to click on 150. There's one of those, and then finally a 350, and there is one of those. So we just finished our first panel board. Now, or actually we didn't quite finish it, I'm going to go over to our riser diagram. I'm going to zoom in on our schedule. Okay, there it is, and simply do the same thing. I'm going to put a nice mark through it, keep it clean. You can just mark the CSA, whatever it is, to make it nice so everybody knows that we've taken off all the panel boards. This would be a double check to, you know, sometimes the panel descriptions are not on the plans, but they show up on the riser. So it's our cross-check method. Now we would go to the next panel board by simply right mouse click, and paste append, and now we're ready for the next panel board. When we do a panel board, a smaller one, let's take a main circuit breaker, and I'm going to do a 200 amp panel, and there's one of these. When this is taken off, notice this time you get the panel board, the strut, the cover, the directory, and you also get 20 amp bolt-on breakers. The reason we do that is just about every panel board is going to have a 20 amp breaker. So you're going to double click, you're going to count up the breakers, say it's 15, and then from there go into your breaker makeup. And that's pretty much how panels are taken off. Thanks, have a great day.